Okay, properties of math. It's a silly way to remember nice properties we need to know. Caddies, puttering around. The role of caddies during golf. What does a professional caddy do? More than this llama that's just carrying the clubs. Caddies give yardage information, explain course layout, strategies for various pin placements. They motivate, encourage, and support golfers. They don't just carry the bags. So our property caddies are helpful, just like golf caddies. They're an essential part of your mathematics tools as you move towards algebra, so let's look at them. First, C is for commutative. Commutative property is about changing order. Add-ins may be combined in any order. You can add in whatever order. Factors may be multiplied in any order. You can multiply in any order. It doesn't matter. Here, the first golfer's happy, and the second one's kind of sad. He says, you always go first. Let's change order. Change order. Commutative. And the first golfer says, it's okay. It's all the same to me. Another way to remember is there's the morning commute to work and the evening commute home. Whether you're going to work or coming home, the summer product is always the same. While the summer product is the same, when you subtract and get a difference or divide and get a quotient, it doesn't work. A is for associative. A-S-S-O. A social property. Associative property uses grouping symbols to put items together for addition or multiplication. This caddy uses a social switch off. Here, caddies 1 and 2 are like, let's go to the clubhouse, and they're in a group, and the third guy is kind of sad. He's not part of the group. Then they stay in the same order, but they switch groups. He did a social switch off. Now I'm left out. Let's visit the driving range. Sure. Parentheses are used to group items, and operations inside of the parentheses are generally performed first. D is for distributive. D here is a rich uncle who multiplies value. Here he says, you're good kids. I'm going to magnify each of your values times 2. So he's giving twice the money to 4 and twice to 3. So now they've got 8 and 6. You're a swell uncle. Thanks. The distributive property is over addition and subtraction. A rich uncle gives to each grouped item. 2 times the quantity 4 plus 3 is the same as 2 times 4 plus 2 times 3. And you can always double check by using PEMDAS. 4 plus 3 is 7, 7 times 2 is 14, 8 plus 6 is 14, it works. Over subtraction, rich uncle gives to each group term 2 times 4 and 2 times 1, and it's subtracted to get 6. And we could do order of operations to check. 4 minus 1 is 3, 2 times 3 is 6. You get the same answer. It works over subtraction because subtracting a positive number is equivalent to adding the negative. 4 minus 3 is the same thing as 4 plus negative 3. So there are a couple traps that come up. When a term containing multiplication is set up like this, like 2 times the quantity 4 times 3, a lot of people are tempted to distribute the 2. But that magnifies too much. 48 is too big. You're not really distributing at all. You're only multiplying by one of the numbers. 2 times 4 is 8, and 8 times 3 is 24. That works. Same with division. You only magnify the first number in the term. Sometimes people do the last. You can't distribute when you have division. You don't get the right answer. ID is the identity property. The additive identity, the thing that we add and keep the same, is when you add 0. Anything plus 0 stays what it was to begin with. Multiplicative identity. 1 is the one thing that won't change a thing when multiplying any number or term. 1 times 4 is just 4. And here we got Frank Sinatra saying, I just got to be me. Identity is who you are, so it stays the same. The inverse is the opposite of identity in some ways. Any add-in plus its negative equals 0. So 3 plus negative 3 equals 0. Here this caddy is filling in a divot 3 deep with 3 more. It cancels out. And any factor times its reciprocal equals 1. Imagine flipping a popsicle upside down. Think popsicle, think refliprical, think reciprocal. Magnifying opposite popsicles heats them and melts them into one. Then zero. Zero is like a black hole. This caddy is very sad. Oh no, I'm being pulled into a black hole. There will be nothing left of me or my ship. It's officially called the multiplicative property of zero, and it's what happens when you multiply anything by zero. You get zero. He looks pretty happy for how destructive he is.